Hello, my name is Tom. I'm here to show you the rebuild process for a PU-96 N811. This is a relatively simple procedure and should take you approximately 10 minutes. We're going to need the following tools: a number 1 Phillips screwdriver, a 2.5mm Allen wrench, a torque wrench in the range of 6 to 7 inch-pounds, and a small flat-bladed screwdriver. The kit itself from Teledyne is number PU-96. It includes the replacement valve plate and diaphragm and a set of instructions. Okay, we have the pump PU-3060 removed from the instrument. First, notice please 3 alignment marks, 1 each on the head, intermediate plate, and compressor housing. This shows the orientation of the head parts to the pump. The first step is to remove the compressor housing lids. That's where we're going to use our number 1 Phillips. We also may need a flat blade screwdriver to gently pry the part away. Remove both sides. Next, we will remove the head plate. We take our 2.5mm Allen wrench, remove the head screws. Remove the screws from the head plate. Remove the head plate from the pump. Now we want to examine the pump and make sure it is free from debris. If fittings were removed, there may be Teflon tape remnants in the port threads. It can be very hard to see also. If necessary, we may use a tap or a tweezer, finally clearing with compressed air. Also, make sure the valve seat is free of debris, no scratches, dents, or anything that could hinder valve sealing. Remove the valve plate that's existing from the pump. The intermediate plate, take a minute to inspect that the top is free of debris, no scratches or dents in the valve sealing area. Underneath the intermediate plate is a sealing ridge. This contributes to sealing against the diaphragm. It should be free of dents, dings, voids, and should be continuous. This aids in the sealing of the pump chamber. Next, we are going to remove the existing diaphragm from the pump. To do this, raise the diaphragm to the upper position, which means the counterweight will be in the lower position. Lift the pump from the edge. Grasp with 2 hands, counterclockwise. Remove the diaphragm. It may take some initial force in the beginning, and you may turn it to help facilitate. Take care not to press down on the motor shaft and transmit pressure through the bearings. Remove the diaphragm and set aside. Next, we will install the new diaphragm. Remove the components from the packaging. To install the diaphragm, raise the connecting rod to its highest point, which again puts the counterweight in the lower position. This will aid in ease of installation. Deliberately start the thread. Careful that we're in the proper thread. Should spin on quite readily. The diaphragm has to firmly seat against the connecting rods. To ensure this, we put 2 hands on, holding the motor, tighten the diaphragm. You'll notice some wrinkling here. This is normal. This thin PTFE coating will resume its original shape quite quickly. If this is not a secure interface, this could lead to premature pump failure. This has to be tight. After firmly tightening the diaphragm, Turn the motor fan manually a few revolutions to ensure that the diaphragm seats in its mating groove. We will now install the intermediate plate. Take care to notice that the alignment mark goes on top of the one existing on the compressor housing. On top of the intermediate plate, in this contour, will go the valve plate. The valve plate is symmetrical and may be flipped over. We want this relatively flat. Please note the tab on the valve plate fits into a slot on the intermediate plate. Take care that the part firmly is seated into the intermediate plate. We don't want any protrusions where it could become pinched. Next, the head plate, again noting the alignment mark, is in the same corner, is on top of these two parts. Install our 4 head screws and start them in the thread by hand. Next, we want to put the diaphragm in the bottom dead center position, holding the head assembly square. Turn the fan until the counterweight is in the upper position. That means the diaphragm will be in the lower position. With our 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench in a crisscross pattern, diagonally tighten the screws. We will do our final tightening with a 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench installed in our torque wrench. It will be torqued to 6 to 7 inch-pounds, again in a crisscross method. Turn the pump fan manually to ensure that the pump turns freely. Next, we will reinstall our housing covers with the 4 housing cover screws. Our installation of diaphragm and replacement valve is complete. This completes our diaphragm and valve plate replacement of the PU-3060 and 811. Thank you for your time.